Hey, Dr. Taylor. Tracer here, real quick. I know everyone's getting ready for spring break. Today's the last day, well deserved. We all need a deep breath and a little time away. But wanted to share this just in case anyone wanted to look at the data on this last push when we return to make some real data-driven instructional impact when they return using the data collected so far. And so real quick here, if teachers' screens don't look like this when they log into Classworks, it's probably looking like this. Just simply go up here to the top right and add a widget. It is the the individualized learning widget. This is more of an administrative view from district level and school level. However, it's very informative even for teachers. So right here we see overall is bold. So that means I'm looking at an overall average for all schools and what their proficiency scores are. I can look by language arts and math. I can also see here by quiz for the week. I like the quiz personally because when we think about that instructional level, the way that the unit is constructed, you've got the instructional tutorials at the beginning, that mini lesson. Then kids do the instructional activities. Then they do a 10-question quiz. And so naturally, if we look at mathematics for the month, this gives us a big overall picture. And if I scroll down to Robert Harvey, we see a 60%. So that means kids, when they're working in Classworks and when they get to the quick quiz, they're getting 6 out of 10 questions right on average on their quick quiz. Now, the reason I'm sharing this with you, a couple weeks back, Yasmin White, who's the instructional coach over at MLK, reached out. I met with her 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade teachers. Just comparatively speaking, their average was 62% 2 weeks ago. And so now if I go up here to average and I put it in order from highest to lowest, they are almost like about to take over international studies in just a matter of 2 weeks because they are going in reteaching specific skills students need help with and then reassigning students those quizzes to take. And so we're now seeing kids getting 1.5 more questions right each week. And that's just in a 2-week time period. So for what it's worth, this is what I'm doing. Okay. I am going in. You guys will be defaulted to Robert Harvey, obviously, as you're assigned to Robert Harvey. But what I'm doing is I'm just telling teachers, like, if you're 5th grade, come in here to 5th grade, right? And this is a responsive filtering system, so it finds every 5th grade kid. I just scroll all the way down to the bottom, and down here on the bottom left-hand corner, I see there are 86 kids in a 5th grade. And so I make a note of that, right? And kind of to do this real quick, just to make a little note here, 67, I'm going to shrink this down. So I am going to write right here, I've got 67, 86 kids, right? And so the next thing I want to do is scroll back up to the top. And if I put in here math, and I want to look at IOPs less than, it defaults to 80, but I want to see actually how many kids are failing out of those 86 that I had. And I see there are 14 kids. And so what I want to do is I'm going to take these 14 kids right here, and you can do this for the entire school over here. I just kind of created a little template for instructional coach or data meetings for people to kind of talk off of. But I've got 86 students in 5th grade, and 14 of them are less than 70%, right? And so what I would do here is, if I was a teacher there, I would come up to the top right-hand corner of this generate report, and I'm going to select in this bottom drop-down box, it's called the Standards Mastery Report. Standards Mastery basically names itself. It's going to show me how students are mastering the standards they've been assigned. And so when I click next, I'm just going to come in here and look at it by individual student and click on preview. And so what I'm going to do is begin looking through right here. I see Brianna Cox, making change. This is a 3rd, 4th, 5th grade standard. Missing add-ins. And so I think right away, I think of problems like n plus 37 equals 101, right? N plus 37 equals 101. And so I'm trying to get her to problem solve, well, what does n have to be? And so instead of just Brianna, I'm going to go through these next 13 down here at the bottom. I'm just looking at 1 of 14 now. So when I go to the second one, look what I see here again. Making change. This is the same Brianna needed. And again, I see solid figures at the 2nd grade level. And so right away, I begin to think of something like, well, if I create a slide, right? If I create a slide that has all the solid figures on it, and I'm going to throw some of this together in a slide and share this with you as well, that share out with your teachers if you want, instructional coach. But even as I begin to click through these other students, I see down here finding temperatures above and below 0. I see angles, right? Can they even name basic angles? Acute, obtuse, straight, right angle. Again, we see amounts greater than $1. And so amounts greater than $1, my math brain just goes to $1.29, right? And so if I start with $1.29, that's amount greater than $1, but I can really mesh it well together with 5th grade fractions in that $1.29 is really 129 cents over 100 cents. So then that makes an improper fraction. And so I can begin to teach money, like really close that 2nd grade money skill gap, while simultaneously getting students to see improper fractions are really mixed numbers. And so if we have greater than the whole, then we have a mixed number. And so we can use money to do that as well. I see lines of symmetry down here at the 4th grade level. I'm seeing points, lines, segments, rays, which are 4th grade geometry terminology. And again, I see calendar right here, a student having trouble with a calendar. And so these are just things that I'm seeing, again, great amounts greater than $1. So this is great. This ties in very well with fractions and the improper fractions and creating wholes, parts of wholes, things like that. So I did this as well for 2nd grade, just to kind of show you real quick. 2nd grade, I'm seeing I had to actually go down, I think like to 52 to get down to about 20%. There were 42 out of 75 students failing there. But again, as I get down here to like 48, if I look at this report as a 2nd grade teacher, just a note, some of the stuff I saw was place value to tens, clocks, calendar, counting to 20, what solid figures are, ordinal numbers, and they'll certainly see that here as they get down and start clicking through, seeing what students are really struggling with. Here's the place value to tens, same time, different clocks. Again, calendar. We're seeing same time, different clocks again. Place value to 10, same time, different clock. Calendar, there's counting to number to 20, solid figures. And again, the beauty in this is most likely the kids working in Classworks are already identified tier students. So this is valuable information on how we can begin on Fridays or even 10, 15 minutes every single day. How do we provide intervention to these students strategically off the data that we're gathering? So I know this real quick. I'm talking real fast, but that's why I put it in a video format so they can watch it again, look at what the data they want. Or here's just a real easy way to do it as well. Find how many students you have, or just drill it down to like your bottom, 15 students or so, and just start clicking on the students' ILPs and seeing stuff they're struggling with. Here's second grade kid counting numbers to 1,000. I'd make a note of that. Here we are, counting numbers to 1,000. Again, just each one of these counting numbers to 1,000. And so we begin to see these skill sets that students are really needing. Here's another second grade kid, place value to tens, same time, different clocks, calendars. Teach these things in bell ringers, warm-ups, remediation, and then come back and turn them on and give a kid another chance. All right, so let me know if you have any questions. Enjoy your break. Ask questions if you got them. Thank you.